We've got some blasts from the past to talk about this week. A couple of retro gaming legends are ready to show us their new moves. We'll get into it.
Talk about a blast from the past. The Skate reboot is finally almost here. We're going to tell you about what to expect with that and a whole bunch more right now on Gaming News Weekly. What's up, everybody? It's time for another episode of Gaming News Weekly, the best weekly video game news show in the whole world. Every single Monday, we're bringing you all the biggest news from the video game industry. You can find us on YouTube and podcast services everywhere. My name is Erect the Red, and I am always happily joined by this man right here, Mr. Full Clip. What's up, dude? How are you?
Doing good. You?
Oh, good. Look at this giant coffee I got. It's a monster. So,
now that would put me in good spirits.
Is it?
This is like the one day I didn't prepare any coffee, no Monster, nothing. Sitting here raw dog.
You need to take a break? Should we pause so you could go get something? I don't want to, hold you back from being caffeinated.
No, I'm good.
Yeah. This is we got a new coffee place in our neighborhood, and this is what they're dishing out as their latte. It was only like $26.
Oh, God. Yeah. I believe it.
Yeah, the price of coffee these days, let me tell you. But it's very good, and it got me in the mood to, talk video games. Not that I ever really, need any help with that, but
yeah, not that mood ever goes away. Yeah.
No, never. People are so annoyed with me.
Yeah,
Thankfully, you are not annoyed.
No, you're good. Speaking of moods never going away, I have nothing new to talk about because I'm just playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Officially hit my 50 hours plus a few last night, so I see myself playing this at least 100. No.
Really?
Wow. If I were rushing the main story, it's apparently like 60 to 70 hours. But no, for a completionist run, it's like 160. And, I don't know that I'll even complete it, but I tend to play these games like I'm going to complete it. So as long as it holds my interest, I could see going to 100 hours plus on this. And that ain't bad for $15.
Yeah, not at all. Yeah, that's a value for sure. And you get to be a cool Viking guy. So,
Absolutely.
What more could you ask for? Very cool. I got into a bunch of the same old stuff. We played a little bit more Repo this weekend. I was up way too late playing that. It's such a funny game, dude. I'm telling you, we had a blast with that. But a new game that I want to talk about that I tried it just came out on maybe a week ago, the 26th, I think. It's a game called Fresh Tracks. Now, I'm sure nobody has ever heard of this game because it's very, under the radar, very indie, but it's a rhythm game. And you know that I am a sucker for a good rhythm game. And this one, it's pretty interesting the way it's done. So it's like you're a skier, which is how it does the tracks. It's not it's the same thing you would expect from like a Guitar Hero or a Beat Saber or something like that, where the things are coming at you. But this one, you're going down a mountain and there's trees to each side, and you of course have a sword that you use to fight enemies as you're going down and staying in the right lines. But the cool thing about this, and what sets it apart even more, is that it has kind of roguelike features that when you fail a song or whatever, as you're going, you collect these things that you could use to cash in to make yourself more powerful and get through things. So there's paths that you could choose along the way. You could choose the hard song, you could choose the easier song, and the rewards that you get along the way are better depending on where you go. It's got 28 songs, and they're good. They're all original tunes. Nothing. It's not Rock Around the Clock or whatever. Happy Birthday. None of those. It's good tunes that are very cool. And it's this fictional world that has these gods that play in the story, and they're all voice acted. One of the people in it is Peter Stormare. You know who that is? The Russian dude who's in everything. He was in Armageddon and Fargo, and he's in Until Dawn and stuff like that. He's one of the voices in it. Bunch of other people, but yeah, it's very, very cool. It took it took me by surprise. I want to get in there and play more. I am playing it on my Steam Deck, and it works great on that. But I'm never really, playing it in an area where I can listen to rhythm games. I got to put my headphones on and, just get down with it. So I got to get in there and play some more, but it is fun. I can see myself spending a lot of time with it. And they've got a whole kind of roadmap set up for what they're going to be including and down the line. So it's definitely a big game. So rhythm game fans, go check it out. It's very cool. And I think it's got something for everybody that's a fan of that genre.
Yeah, that's interesting. Kind of surprised to hear a skier with a sword. I think that's how like Sonny Bono went out, maybe. But also, so I wonder about like the modding potential. There's a lot of the rhythm games. People just had their own tracks, do their own like
tunes in there.
Yeah, you think they have any plans of making like an editor so you can make your own tracks, or maybe
that
you
would
can
be
just
cool.
Pop them up automatically.
Yeah, that would be awesome. I didn't even think about that because I'm, early on, like I don't think I've heard all of the songs, but that would be fun if that is something that they can add somewhere down the line, which I'm sure it's not. I mean, I guess it depends on how popular it gets. If people want to create content for that. Right now, it's very much under the radar. It's got great reviews, but it's just, I think, very, only specific people that are fans of this genre are really like, hey, check this out. It's not drawing like the casuals in. So, but yeah, I recommend it. But yeah, that was pretty much it. Next week, I know you always get excited for when I play some simulator games, but I just got a new one, Water Park Simulator, that I'm we'll get into next week. So yeah, it's a little teaser.
Very nice. Like manage the levels of piss in the pool. That should be fun.
Well, it was funny. I wasn't like I was watching a buddy of mine play it on Twitch the other day, and I was like, this looks kind of fun. So I reached out and got one, and I haven't tried it, but it looks like you start very small. Like he has like one tiny pool and he's selling hot dogs or whatever. I'm like, this is the shittiest water park ever, but like you can like build up to it and stuff like that. So we'll see. I'll report back. All right, we got to get this show going. Let's get into our new releases from this past week. All right, first up, Gears of War Reloaded came out on August 26th on PC, PS5, and Xbox S and X. This is a remake of a remake now for current gen consoles. It is it's the first in the Gears of War games. Now, I've never played any of these. I did get a chance to try this for a little bit, and as someone who's never played this before, I was enjoying it. I think it looks great. The gameplay is fantastic. It does have like enhanced visuals. It's got the 4K, the HDR, all the content from the previous like DLCs and that sort of stuff is included in there. But as I was like looking into the public's take on this, people aren't impressed. Like, they're just saying there's nothing really new added to there. It's still a 20-year-old game that's just kind of got polished up. It's not, they didn't do anything to really spruce it up. Now, as someone where it's new to me, I thought it was awesome. Like, it was really cool, and I'm excited to play more. But, I've never played anything in the Gears of War thing. Did you ever get into them?
I did not, but I could understand where people are coming from. The risk you always run with like rebooting one of these old games is how clunky they can feel. Because you go back to the 360 and play some old title like that. They were great at the time because you didn't see anything like it before, but you try to play it and it's like you're playing in molasses or something. So when they don't like upgrade the engine, upgrade the physics and things like that, change the movement, they try to stay true to that, but just give it the new graphical treatment. Yeah, it can sometimes feel a little sticky.
Yeah, and it's interesting to me. Like, so like everybody just says, just go play Gears of War 5, which is, I guess, above and beyond what the rest of the games are. That's the best one. But I would like to. I'm interested to see if they're going to keep like remaking the rest of the series, or if this is just because it's the big one. Are they going to do a Gears 2 through 4 Reloaded, because I'm sure Gears of War 5, knowing that it is like, the big one, they probably won't remaster it because it's fairly new, but I do want to try them all out at some point.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. All right, next up, Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater came out August 28th on PC, PS5, and Xbox S and X. This is another 20-year-old remake. It's very interesting. They came out within days of one another. But this one, in addition to the updated visuals, it does have some updates to the gameplay, making them more modern, some more modern controls as far as like the stealth, because it's all like, stealth-based gameplay. I've never got into these Metal Gear games because I'm too impatient to wait for, the guard to walk away. I just want to stab everybody in the face. But yeah, it's everybody's really digging it. It's got one thing I thought was really cool. This one now has like battle damage, so as you get injured, you see like bruising and stuff. Your shirt gets torn. I was like, that's a fun little way to spice it up a little bit. And then they're going to be adding a multiplayer version of this sometime this fall. It's not out yet, so that is down the line. This one right now is at an 87 on OpenCritic. It's doing very well for being just a remake of Metal Gear Solid 3.
I'm kind of surprised that it's up that far because a lot of what I saw was about bad optimization for this game. Even so much so that the fans apparently like beat them to the punch with optimizing it. They've gone out of their way and made it a little bit better. I don't know how they've done that or if it's a mod or what you have to do to get that, but yeah, that's the big complaint I've seen. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a bummer. Hopefully they could get it fixed out for PC players. But yeah, it looks cool. I always love these Kojima games to like watch them. Again, I'm not gonna play them, but they're so crazy that this one included. This is where I think if I I'm not entirely certain, but I always feel like this is where the Metal Gear Solid games started getting crazy with 3. But yeah, it is what it is. All right, and then last up, Lost Soul Aside came out on August 29th on PC and PS5. This is a game that's been long in the making. It's an action RPG. It's got chain combat where you got you got to upgrade your skills, upgrade your weapons. It reminds me plays a lot like the newer Final Fantasy games, like Final Fantasy like 16, kind of got the same vibes, but like a Temu version of that. It's like we have Final Fantasy at home situation, and the reviews of this kind of agree with that. They're saying it's just a bad story, lame characters, repetitive gameplay. Currently, it's at a 67 on OpenCritic, so not the game of the week, but interesting. They try to do like a AAA game, I feel, but it is far less than that. I think it's full priced as like a $60, maybe $70 game, and it is far from that. So yeah.
That's a shame. I saw that this was highly anticipated. Or no, I'm sorry. The label on it was extremely anticipated.
Yeah, I think it's been like being made for over 10 years, I think. And and the reviews I've seen kind of show that they didn't. It still feels like a 10-year-old game, So it's kind of fun.
Maybe a couple, but maybe strikes in the middle of that or something.
Something, yeah. I don't know what set it apart, but I don't know. This one maybe somewhere down the line in a bargain bin or deeply slashed prices might be worth checking out. But right now, I don't think so. Not at full price. All right, and that's it for our new releases from this past week. Let's jump right into our news of the week. All right, first up, the long-awaited Skate reboot has finally, we finally have some more information, and we have a release date. Well, for early access anyway. It's going to be September 16th on PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, X, and S, and it is for free. You could get in there and play all you want. I didn't really know what this was up until very recently. I didn't know if it was going to be kind of like a Tony Hawk style game. I knew that it was more of a sandbox style game, but after like looking into it and seeing that it is just like this huge open world with a ton of areas to skate, and it's this big sandbox. I think that's really cool. It's just basically an MMO skating game,
Yeah.
somewhere you could go and hang out with your friends in a fantasy skateboard universe. Does this interest you at all?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, there's a game I played a little bit called, oh shoot, I don't even remember. It's a mod for Tony Hawk's Underground 2 for PC. It's like a complete overhaul
Yes.
of the game that adds all kinds of stuff in, and sort of has like an online feature like this. So having to jump through like questionable loopholes to play that game isn't quite ideal. So having something that's actually legitimate and modern to do this on is kind of cool. However,
Yeah.
I was reading people's reaction to it because it's going into early access September 16th, but there's already like some kind of earlier access that people are already playing. They're saying that like it's kind of like a
Mhm.
real life skate park where half of these random people all around you are the scooter kids that are just like standing in the way of the ramps and being obnoxious.
Oh no. Yeah, I never really thought about that part of it. Just because you look at the trailer and it looks so cool. Everybody's, having a blast, just skating this world, and like the way that they show like some of these things where they're like high up in the air, these weird, like very abstract things added on. I'm like, are these like always there? Are these things added at sometimes? I did see that they're going to have like live events and like in-game activities throughout, so it's like it's an always online type situation, which is cool. I'm very intrigued by the idea of this. I want to know, like, I know we all know there's monetization. That's how they're funding this thing. I want to see, I'm curious as to what that is. You just buy like new t-shirts, new skins.
Yeah.
How crazy are the skins gonna be, and then, like, what are the in-game currencies? Like, are there daily quests, like, to go, like, grind something, get to a certain area? I'm, like, intrigued this is how this is going to work as a free-to-play kind of MMO game, um, where it's just kind of like this sandbox that you just play around in. So I like the idea of it. I'm very interested to see what it's like. I don't know, like, without quests and things to do, like how much it would hold my attention. I feel like I might get bored after a little bit, because the fun in like Tony Hawk is, you're always chasing that high score, the chaining all the tricks together. You got your 87,000 combo thing, and like that's where that gets fun.
Yeah.
I don't know what this is, so
Right.
I'm
And
sure
in the Tony
everyone
Hawk's
knows. The
games,
play tests have been going for a while.
yeah, yeah. In the Tony Hawk's games, you've got like a checklist for each map to go collect all the tapes or spell out skate with a combo or something like that. And so there's always like there's something to do in those maps. There's a goal, and I do kind of wonder what is the progression like in this game. What is the point outside of like just sandboxing around?
Yeah.
And I mean, because if they're going to try to have this as a completely free to play but sell you skins to monetize it, what are you possibly going to unlock in the game that's going to keep you going? And what kind of reward are you going to get if you're already in the open world? You've already got your skater that you've created. I don't know if a new T-shirt is going to do it when in the store they have a glowing fire flaming neon T-shirt instead.
Yeah. So we'll see. I mean, we'll be able to check it out real soon. Again, like I said, like they've been doing playtests for a while, so those answers are probably even out there to some extent. Now we're getting into the actual release, the early access release. We'll get to see, because I don't think any of the earlier monetization is carrying over. They're taking away everything anybody have bought. They're giving currency instead. But yeah, I'm gonna try it day one, just because I'm very curious. I want to know, like, I love the soundtrack of these games. I want to know what that's like. Like I just want to see what the vibe is. So I'm looking forward to it. I don't know if it's gonna hold my attention, but I'm definitely interested. All right, moving on. It is official. Black Ops 6 skins will not transfer to Black Ops 7. They've been going back and forth on this for a few weeks now, initially saying yes, they will, and then saying now, no, they won't. So, no more Beavis and Butthead, Nicki Minaj running around out there. How do you feel about this?
It's such a mixed bag. I just talked last week about like what I feel like the real problem is, and that's going from Black Ops 6 to Black Ops 7, a copy and paste of the engine. And yeah, like when you're moving from Black Ops to Modern Warfare 4 or whatever, it makes sense that you're going to lose the skins because it's essentially a different game that you're playing from a different developer under the same title, Call of Duty. But when you're going from Black Ops 6 to Black Ops 7, the one thing you could do is let people continue to wear their $40 skins that they bought off of you instead of just making that all moot. But I don't know. At the same time, I think they're using the excuse of, well, people want us to be more grounded and realistic and military sim and not have Beavis and Butthead in here. So I don't know. I really don't know what the play is, but I do feel like they're using this as an excuse. I don't think they give a shit about being all that militarily, simulation versus like being unrealistic. Because I guarantee you 6 months from now, you're going to have some dumb shit skins again.
Absolutely. That's what I was, my next question, the over under on when they're going to start having, nonsense skins in there. So yeah, they did come out with a quote. It says, "We know there's been a lot of conversation recently about the identity of Call of Duty. Some of you have said we've drifted from what made Call of Duty unique in the first place: immersive, intense, visceral, and in many ways grounded. That feedback hits home. We take it seriously. We hear you." So yeah, they then said Black Ops 7 needs to feel authentic to Call of Duty and its setting. That is why Black Ops 6 operator and weapon content will not carry forward to Black Ops 7. Double XP tokens and gobblegums will still carry forward because we recognize your time and progression are important. This change applies only to Black Ops 7. Call of Duty Warzone is not affected, and all your Black Ops 6 content stays usable there. So at least, you can still use it in the Warzone mode. They're trying to, create things, and this goes for the weapons too. The weird weapons are not transferring over. They want to be able to craft it to fit the Black Ops identity, is what they're saying. So, I totally agree with you. How long? You think 6 months is when we'll start to see it? We'll get the first weirdo skin.
I feel like they'll hold off longer than usual. And I mean, to be clear, I don't even usually mind these things. Like I said, Call of Duty World War II is one of my favorite ones. And later on, they really started to diverge from reality with some, even like the sights on the guns. But I'm okay with it once we get into the later season. Because after a year, we're not going to be playing most of these Call of Duty titles again. You're just on to the next one and the next one and the next one.
Right.
So I don't mind that they break away from reality. I do mind that they take it away. So I guess that's where I'm landing on this. I don't think you should be taking away the stuff people paid for. Or, I mean, if you can carry it forward, you should be. Because we all know that this is the same game, just reworked.
Absolutely. There's no reason not to be able to use them in this game. Because like you said, yeah, it's the same game. And it fits more with this vibe. We talked about it last week. The Black Ops 7 thing is very, very unrealistic, and that it's about this fear and nothing is real and everything is, upside down and weird and stuff like that. And okay, so you have, Snoop Dogg running around, or I don't know. It doesn't matter to me. It's so far removed from what do they say? The immersive, intense, visceral, grounded world that it, I don't know. It's whatever. But, yeah, I think, especially when they initially, a couple weeks ago, said that the skins will transfer forward, how many millions do you think they made right then when people were holding off buying them, and they're like, yeah, it's okay, and then people bought a bunch of shit, and then said, nope, sorry. So I don't know. It's all It's all scam. Not that you're gonna be, playing it anyways, because I know what you're getting into. Warhammer Space Marine 2, you're back in there, dude, because they just announced the year 2 anniversary update. They had a trailer for that. That starts September 4th. And let me tell you, dude. So it's been how long? Okay, has the game been out for a year? Is that
I believe so.
2 years?
I think
So
one at least.
Okay. Yeah, this is a year 2 trailer, so it makes sense. I didn't know which side of that. But anyways, as I'm watching this and how much content they're going to be adding to this, I was like, I am doing myself a disservice by not owning and playing this game because it looks right up my alley and it looks so cool that I looked it up right before we started, and it is currently on sale on the PlayStation for half price. It's $35. And the stuff that they're adding in this anniversary update that's free, they got new game modes, PvP arenas, new weapons, new beasts, a tech marine class, and then on top of that there is a new season pass where you could buy it to get new cosmetics and that sort of thing. But man, like the amount of content they're still churning out for this game, I don't know what I'm doing by not playing this. It looks so cool. Do you think you'll jump back in?
Yeah, I mean, I played the hell out of it at the beginning, but at that point, it was kind of where you had like 2 maps. There just wasn't a lot fleshed out with the multiplayer to keep me back and coming, so I jumped over to like Hell Let Loose or something else at that time. I would definitely get back into this before I'm going to play Black Ops 7, that's for sure.
Yeah, it looks awesome. It looks so cool. And all the new stuff they're adding, I mean, it looks very, very well made. And like they know what they're doing over there. So yeah, I think I'm gonna check out what my PlayStation wallet looks like and maybe grab that while it's on sale. There's too many games to play, dude. Too many games to play. I keep buying new games. This is a problem that we all have, and then not playing them. But yeah, that looks. I'm drawn into a good, well-made trailer. They get me every time.
Well, speaking of too many games to play, just a quick side note: I accidentally let my Humble Bundle choice get charged last month, so I've got some new games to check out. I guess this is the time to get into Persona 5.
Oh boy. You could always go on and trade them on the old Game Swap subreddit.
Yeah.
You probably get something real good for that if you're not into Persona 5. You could even probably sell it for PayPal to some rando out there. So, it's an option. Or I could do it for you, and you could just send me the code. You just tell me what game you're looking for. Yeah, because that was a weird one. Was there any of the games in that Humble Bundle that you wanted?
Yeah, there's that Let's
My Time at Sandrock.
School.
Right?
Oh, that's probably good too. I think so.
Yeah. And then, the Let's School. That's
I'm always down for a simulator.
You gotta put like a reminder or something to cancel that. I've been good the last couple of times. I've been canceled like right away.
So. Right, yeah. Usually whenever we get ready to talk about it for the show, I go in there and like cancel it. But this was one where I was like, I'm not entirely sure if I want to. Then left it and forgot about it, of course.
Yeah, bummer. Now it's what is it, $15?
Yeah,
the whole
it was like $14.99. Didn't even get $1 off.
Yeah. Oh man, what a bummer. All right, let's talk about something that I didn't expect to be talking about. Atari. Atari announced that they bought the rights to 5 previously released Ubisoft games, with plans to re-release the games on modern platforms. This was weird. The whole thing was weird. The fact that like Atari still just pops up every once in a while and it's like, hey, we're still here and we're gonna buy these old ass games. Like, I'm like, who's running Atari? Because it's crazy. But the games are Cold Fear, Child of Eden, I Am Alive, Grow Home, and Grow Up. Did you ever play any of these games?
I don't think I've ever even heard of these games.
I heard of, I think, 3 of them. But yeah, according to a statement, they plan to re-release these titles under their publishing label and explore opportunities to expand their reach through updated formats, new content, and extended distribution channels. So real quick, Cold Fear was a survival horror game from 2005. Child of Eden was a rhythm-based rail shooter from 2011 using motion controls. I Am Alive was from 2012, and it has players exploring a post-apocalyptic world as a father returning to his hometown in search of his missing wife and daughter. And then Grow Home and its sequel Grow Up were released in 2015 and 2016 about a robot who has to grow and climb a giant beanstalk. So, yeah, they're going to remake these, I guess.
All right.
Yeah.
Maybe
so
they see
cool.
these as like the low-hanging fruit of Ubisoft. I don't know, because it seems like if I were running Atari, I would be banking on some of that IP that they have to still own that would sell like millions of copies on name alone.
Yeah, they must have got a good deal on these. It's all I can imagine. And they're just like, hey, why not? Let's make these. Because I remember the robot. I remember Grow Home and Grow Up. I never played any of them, but I remember I could picture them in my mind. So like there's, I don't know how any of these games did, but yeah, I remember seeing them out there. They're all like during like the PS3 era mostly, but yeah. So hopefully this works out for them. I don't know. Maybe even if they're like going to pop them on like mobile devices, being that they're older, they could easily be something they do, make a few bucks, quick turnaround. It's like they're like house flipping, but except they're like game flipping, like let's buy it cheap, put it out on Android devices and
slap some paint over those outlets.
Yeah, exactly. And then another publisher, I should say, I didn't expect to talk about, Acclaim. We talked about them a few months ago. Acclaim was resurrected, and I'm very excited. Acclaim was a huge part of my video game world when I was younger. So the fact that they're back doing publishing, whatever they're planning on doing, has me excited. And we're finally getting more information that September 10th, they're going to have a showcase of whatever. We don't know what they're doing, what the plan is, but they had they put out a tweet that said, a transmission received, tune in to the Play Acclaim Showcase September 10th, where we will begin this exciting new chapter for Acclaim. We're going to showcase the titles that will mark the beginning of a bold new era. We're not just back, we're leveling up. What do you think, dude? Are we going to see an NBA Jam, dude?
That's
I would
exactly what I was
lose
thinking.
it.
Yeah, we were just talking last week
NBA
about
Jam.
They need to come out with more of these like arcade kind of sports games. That would be a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd look forward to it. I can't name that many Acclaim titles outside of NBA Jam, but I remember that logo popping up all the time as a kid.
Well, so there's a lot that so they had the WWE games. We're not going to, those are on it. They have a different home now. So we're not going to see those. There were some other ones. Turok was a big Acclaim game. I remember that.
Yeah.
That's, I think there's a Turok game like coming out. I remember seeing a trailer for it a couple of years ago. The only other ones South Park, they're at Ubisoft now. And The Simpsons games were huge back then. I could see maybe another Simpsons game, Bart versus the World 2 or whatever.
Yeah.
Are The Simpsons still relevant? Are they still popular?
I don't know. You think that show's winding down, but I mean, game-wise, there's so much we've yet to explore.
Yeah, I don't know. Just give us some arcade sports games or something. I don't know. I'm very intrigued. I'm excited to see what they're going to do. One of the guys from Acclaim said, "We're not here to chase ghosts. We're here to take the energy and chaos that made Acclaim unforgettable and channel it into something new. The old screens are cracking, and what's coming through is something exciting and different." So, based on that quote, we're not going to see any previous Acclaim titles coming through, and it's just going to be something new, but I don't know. I don't know what, and I'm excited to find out. And that is it for me here in the news section. Anything else from you, Mr. Clip?
No, can't really think of anything. This is a shorty. I mean, we had a lot of topics, but it feels like a slow news week.
Yeah, it was. Like, even like looking at all this stuff, there was no like real big one. There was a bunch of stuff I was excited to chat about, but nothing big, which is fine. Because usually something big is like, layoffs or studio closures or something. So you don't have to worry about that. But all right, well let's end it. It is it's still early. I didn't even finish my coffee yet. We got time to go play.
Time to go get another one.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like I'm gonna need it. But I also feel like since I started drinking that, I feel a little bit more crazy.
Yeah.
A little bit crazy. All right. Well, thank you so much for checking out this episode of Gaming News Weekly. Be sure to go to the YouTube channel, Pop Culture Playground. Hit subscribe there. That way you can see the world that we're living in. And I just noticed you got like a cool. What is the spray paint thing you got behind you now?
Oh,
some sort of a cool.
That's just.
thing?
I'm doing some rearranging. I've got a big painting.
I
of
like that.
Big spray painting of an owl by a guy named
Oh,
Pope.
yeah, it's cool. So yeah, you're missing out on it. If you're only listening to the audio, just think, what more could you see? But it's fine too. If you want to just go check out the podcast, anywhere podcasts are found, just type in GNW and you will have access to all the shows from the 18 years that we've been doing this. It's been that long. It does seem like a while. But anyways, make sure you subscribe there. That way you'll have it ready for you on the go every single Monday morning. And yeah, check us out on TikTok. Occasional updates there. And that is all I got. Anything else? Any shout outs? Thank yous. I'm just saying we're early. If you got nothing, we could end it. I'm hovering over, my fingers hovering over the end show button.
I've got nothing. You better just smack it.
Boop.